tell you people I love watching the show Girls in Panzer? Wait, what am I saying? Yeah, so after a huge snafu within like thinking that I lost my microphone again, this and now it's back with me again, so yeah, this damn thing keeps sprouting legs and walking away, but what am I gonna say to the meat and potatoes of this bullshit that I just heard, which I originally wanted to do too, but I decided to dedicate the next subject to another vid, and that is I want to talk about shit that's not broken, yet the stupid fucking devs seem to like them to feel the need to nerf it for no fucking reason. And that is once again the footsteps in this series, because what happens is that just fairly recently after the alpha is over and people notice something within the coding, and that is they're balancing the footsteps sound so that depending on how heavy the gun is, it's going to determine how loud you are. So with that being in mind is dot dot dot. Right? Nobody's going to use the fucking LMGs even more than I don't know how cumbersome they were in any Sledgehammer game, but they were pretty bad. So and thus that, and then I think Treyarch has the most overpowered of the bunch, though, with the only disadvantages is that they only aim and reload slow, and then IW is all over the place depending on how you set it up. So yeah, and so when you're running around with an LMG, which this particular match is that I eventually buy the DP27. It's just that it that I'm that if you have good hearing, it's just I pretty much sounded like an elephant running by. So yeah, that's kind of fucking bullshit because every single game has pretty much, depending on if you can even hear well, it's just usually has the same ambience regardless of what gun you use. So yeah, and it's already bad enough that they already announced that the quiet footsteps is it's a special field upgrade ability or whatever instead of fucking perks like Treyarch usually does within each game, but it's so fucking stupid that we have to have that system and whatnot, because whenever I play Modern Warfare, it's just that every time I activate Dead Silence, by the time I get a kill, it's already over, and thus I cannot get it to stay active. So yeah, that's fucking bullshit. So because I'd prefer stopping power and ammo more. But what am I to do? So and then thus I have no idea how Dead Silence even worked on the other games when it comes to field upgrades. So yeah, it's a bit of a putting somewhat of a nuisance on it. So that's all annoying and dandy. But I want to talk about the evolution of footsteps because how has the series gone? Because every single game before Modern Warfare 2, it's just you can hear it regardless of what audio settings you are, because nobody really bothered to play it MLG style back in the day. Yeah, so here I finally buy the damn gun. So, but anyway, what else is there? But it wasn't until COD 4 where they decided to make it counter. But even then, the original COD 4, you can fucking hear anything unless you had Dead Silence, which that made a huge audio advantage. That's how I was able to win a few free-for-alls because of it. Because long before unlocking the perk Dead Silence, I would sometimes just crouch walk throughout the whole match and then just be very careful, and all of a sudden people sounding like an elephant in the room and would get their demise on the deaths, and that's how I was able to win. And then and whatnot. But once I got Dead Silence, I just ran around like a headless chicken. So yeah. But then World at War, it's pretty much the same thing, but it's like one of the few Treyarch games where you can actually hear shit. So, but then again, what even matters when the fucking MP40, because they messed up the stats, ruined everything. So not a whole lot of people even cared about that shit. So yeah, and then Then we have Modern Warfare 2, where what happens is that Ninja is really, really overpowered in that game because it's 100% silent and it counters sitrep, which is sad, but I mean, on the base normal person without sitrep nor Ninja, it's just that you can hear just fine, and then sitrep made everyone, regardless of where you're at, sound like an elephant. So yeah, that was my crutch back when I was playing Modern Warfare 2 on the whole footsteps, because there's too much like metal. Well, it's just too much shit that made noise in Modern Warfare 2, which that's why I did successful, but yet at the same time I was also campy too. So, brother. But and also another what was it, issue on backlash on sitrep. It's just that it just took fucking forever because the devs thought it was a bright idea to make it unlock pro at I think 120 it was, and then the fucking emblem is at 700. And so yeah. And then we move on to Black Ops 1, where that game was the start of the decline of the game's sounds, because what happens was that on the annoyingness when it came out, you cannot hear shit. So yeah, and then they had to buff it at a later point in life, but even then it's just that, what was it, on how its equivalent of dead silence was that it's basically if you had Ninja and Sitrep Pro combined, but I never bothered to experiment to see how much louder you'd be when you had Ninja. Yeah, it was called Ninja Pro in that game. So, but anywho, then fast forward to Modern Warfare 3, where that game's audio cues begin to take a nerf because some of the shit you can't even hear at all, even with sitrep. So I'm sitting here, what gives? And then we have dead silence, but ... sitrep actually counters it. I mean, it's buffed twice pretty much, where it will counter dead silence, and it was a hell of a lot easier to unlock because of the whole exploits of destroying your own trophy system to get sitrep pro and whatnot, and it's only at 60. So yeah, but I digress on it, because every time I ran specialist, I only ran dead silence and sitrep at the same time as on the SMGs. None of the other classes are like that whenever I ran it. And then there comes dear fucking Lord, that is Black Ops 2. I mean, is Black Ops 2, you cannot hear shit in that game. It's way too muffled and they never buffed it. So yeah, that's like, because Black Ops 2 is Treyarch's worst sounding game at all, because their excuse was it costs money to make it have good sound. No, I'm saying here, you guys had 2 fucking years to do that transition. And then what else is there? Oh, I mean, there is a perk that helps amplify the sound called awareness, but the problem is you need to have a headset, dead silence, and awareness at the same time, and it's still just mind-boggling that it's so quiet. Oh, and also there's whenever you go to the stereo settings to see how to set to the default loudness, it's like Super Crunch is the loudest, and even that can't even help it at all. So God. And then we have COD Ghost, which Ghost was that it was like sitrep is only dedicated to searching for the enemy equipment and whatnot, but it's just it had both dead silence and like another sound amplifying perk at the same time. So yeah, but I never bothered to test that during Ghost's heyday, so that's all fine and dandy. But then I decided to go on a hiatus on the entire COD series, which was not until the COD 4 remaster, which well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, it's just that there, of course, it's because of my financial issues when it comes to moving on to certain systems. That's the reason why I never got to play Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, World War II, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, and whatnot. So yeah, so I'm gonna ignore those. But then moving on to the COD 4 remaster. So, oh man, as much as COD 4 remaster is supposed to be a copy and paste game, for some odd reason they messed up the sound in that. And thus you can still hear some lumping noises and whatnot, but when you have dead silence on, but I'd rather just play it super cautiously with whatever and just have mobility perks instead of just the footsteps. So yeah, that's why. And then thus once I eventually do post my stealth matches and whatnot, it's just that they just have either extreme conditioning or steady aim. So yeah. Yeah, so that's all null and void. And then we finally have Modern Warfare, which, yeah, as I said before, it's a stupid special ability. So I think the most I had was around three kills whenever I keep making the meter stay active, but then I just play it super. Either the enemies are too far away or I'm just too cautious, and thus never get my luck. And then once again, for some odd reason, despite that, Modern Warfare is like, despite it's well made and whatnot on how they design stuff, I just cannot pick up a fucking sound within my own two ears and whatnot. So yeah, that's a little bit of an it's bit of a nuisance. And then finally we have fucking Cold War, where I forgot to even double check everything, but the problem is that Ninja is a fucking crutch in Cold War from what I read because of how blatant that, well, not blatant, but how annoying that they designed anything about Cold War. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. So God, please, for the love of God, Sledgehammer, just make everything sound the same, regardless of what gun you have, and thus make it yourself only have the silent footsteps when you have the meter active, because there's people like me that like to run around with LMGs, even though that's a horrible idea, but you never know if you need to sneak up and be fast. I mean, you need to just sneak up, yet the LMG is your only gun, so in your hand, so I digress on it, and thus this is my only match, and I'm gonna get on to the next subject, because thankfully this was all free-handed at first, but at the same time I had to get an inspiration, and luckily I have everything that I wanted to do, so that will do.